As a result of this section, you will be able to demonstrate how to use the safety management system on board your vessel. When joining your vessel, you should be given a familiarization tour. The purpose of this tour is to introduce you to the various equipment and functions of the safety management system. After this orientation, it is your responsibility to read the required information in the safety management system and to ask questions when clarification is needed. This is an example of a responsibility chart for shore staff. This is an example of a responsibility chart for onboard personnel. The duty list shall not be understood as being the only document stating all duties and responsibilities for each crew member. It is made in order to make it easier for each new employee to know his or her main duties. In addition, there are certainly a variety of other duties and responsibilities on board the vessel that cannot be exactly specified in print. However, these duties are to be performed anyway. The main duty for each crew member is to minimize all possible safety hazards in all kinds of shipboard activities, and always strive to find safer methods of performing the daily work routine. The crew members and other personnel on board must familiarize themselves with the muster list and emergency instructions, which are displayed on board. They specify details of the general emergency alarm signal and also the action to be taken by crew and passengers when the alarm is sounded. They specify details of the fire emergency signal and also the action to be taken by crew and passengers when the alarm is sounded. They show the duties assigned to the different crew. The following are some examples of drills you have on board. Firefighting drills, lifeboat and life-saving appliances drills, personal protection drills, environmental protection drills, emergency steering drills, man overboard drills, medical care drills, personal safety and social responsibility drills, garbage handling drills. Remember, without proper drills and training, you are not prepared for an emergency situation. One of the most common causes of human error is fatigue. Therefore, we have strict rules regarding working hours. Personnel should be properly rested before taking over the watch. All watchkeepers shall receive no less than 10 hours of rest in each 24-hour period. The rest periods can be split into no more than 2 periods, one of which may not be less than 6 hours long. The 10-hour rest period may, if required, be reduced to not less than 6 consecutive hours. However, the period must not extend more than 2 days, and the watchkeeper must have not less than 70 hours rest in any 7-day period. The only exception is in the case of an emergency or drill, or an overriding condition which was not foreseen before starting the voyage. When signing on, you will get the necessary personal protective equipment required for your job. Depending on your position on board, it can be safety shoes, boiler suits, hard hats, ear protection, safety goggles, gloves, etc. It's your responsibility always to wear the correct personal protective equipment and to keep it in good condition. Smoking is only permitted on board under controlled conditions. Smoking is only allowed in designated smoking places, and all smoking within restricted areas is strictly prohibited. If you smoke, make sure you know where you are allowed to smoke before you light up your cigarette. Drug and alcohol policy. This policy concerns all employed personnel within the company. Keywords are drugs, alcohol, help to your fellow sailor. All vessels shall have an active safety committee, bound to meet at frequent intervals to discuss general safety and safety matters that can be improved. The frequency of the meetings shall not be less than once a month. Whenever any employee so requires, or when incidents have occurred, a new meeting shall take place. Reports from such meetings shall be filed on board. The members of the committee shall normally be as follows. The company representatives are the master, the chief engineer, the chief officer, and the first engineer. The employee representatives are one representative each from the deck, engine, and galley departments. If there is something you want to bring up in a meeting, talk to the representative from your department.